You know, one of the most important things that homeowners forget or avoid doing is cleaning out the dryer vent hose. I'm not talking about the lint trap for your dryer. I'm talking about the hose that runs from your dryer to the outside of your house. Even knowing that there's 14 to 17,000 house fires every year in the US alone caused by clothes dryers, people still put it off. And not just the fire risk, but a clogged vent wastes electricity, damages your machine from overheating, and can even damage your clothes. Now, if you've ever struggled trying to hook up one of these hoses, you know the frustration it can cause. You finally get it on, then it slips off, it gets smashed or kinks when you push your dryer back. Then you pull it out again and the whole thing starts over. So I completely get why people avoid it. Sure, you can hire someone to do it, but around here, that'll cost you up to $400, and you never know if they really are doing a good job. But here's the good news. We can do it ourselves for under $30 in less than 45 minutes. So today, I'm going to show you step by step how to properly clean the entire dryer, inside the cabinet, the vent hose, and the duct going outside. You'll see how to do it easily, safely, and frustration-free. And I'll show you the best dryer vent hose I've ever used. One that's crush resistant, high temperature rated, and is self-aligning, so you never have to struggle with it again. So let's get started. This is the dryer vent cleaning kit that I recommend. I'll leave a link for it in the description. It's inexpensive and it includes everything you need to clean both the dryer and the vent line, and you can use it year after year. It comes with a vacuum attachment that fits your shop vac or a regular vacuum, a long flexible brush with screwed together rods for deep cleaning, and a vent collar that connects to your vacuum hose so you don't blow it all over the house. There's all sorts of brushes and things for this. It's a great little kit and very well priced. I paid less than $30 for this at the time of this video. And the vent collar even has a second hole for the brush rod to go through. It seals up nicely so all the dust goes straight into the vacuum. And you don't need a super powerful vacuum either. Any decent one will do. So this first part will be cleaning the inside of your dryer. Step 1, unplug your dryer. Safety is always first. Then we'll remove the back panel. Now most dryers have 6 to 8 screws, and once those are out, you can see everything inside. The motor, the fan housing, the heating element, everything that needs to be cleaned. If you've never looked inside before, brace yourself. It's usually loaded with a lot of lint and dust. So use the vacuum attachment from the kit to clean around the motor, the heating element, and the fan area. You can also use a brush or a cloth to get a lot of the dust off. Now this part of the job is where fires often start, lint sitting near those hot coils. Once it's all clean, reinstall the back panel and you're done. Now the next part is cleaning the dryer vent line. Now we'll move to the vent line that goes to the outside of the house. Now if possible, go outside and remove the vent cover to make it easier to clean. Now on your vent cover, you want to make sure the flaps can move freely. If there's any vent, clean it all out, wipe it around, and make sure there's nothing on it. If the vent cover has any damage, like one of the broken flaps like this one, you can pick it up at a big box store or even order it online for very cheap. I think I paid less than $5 for this one, and you can even paint it to match the trim of your house. Then attach the brush rods together and connect them to your cordless drill. Now here's an important tip. Always run the drill clockwise only to the right. That keeps the rods from unscrewing inside the vent line. Now attach the vent collar that came with the kit to the wall vent. Hook your vacuum hose to the big hole and slide the brush through the smaller hole. That seals everything up and keeps lint from blasting inside of your house. Now start drilling slowly and push the brush in, and you can work it back and forth a little bit to make sure it cleans everything on that line in case it's on there really hard. And as you come toward the end of it, stop the drill, screw on another extension of the rod, and just keep continuing till you go all the way to the outside of the house. And once you reach the end, go ahead in a forward motion and start pulling the rod back out, unscrewing each section at a time. And remember to continue using your vacuum the whole time. Now here's the part that most homeowners skip. and sometimes even company skip, and it makes a huge difference. After brushing and vacuuming, take a cordless leaf blower, or it can be an electric one, and stick it in the vent pipe inside your house. Now make sure it has a good seal, and then blow it full blast for about a minute. This will clear out any fine dust that your vacuum missed and ensure that the whole line is open and free to the end. Now that your vent is spotless, it's time to reconnect the dryer. And this is where people usually struggle. That's why I switched to this magnetic vent hose. It snaps together perfectly every time and aligns itself up by itself. No clamps, no crushing a hose, no frustration. Also, I'm using this innovative Dryerflex hose. I like it because it's semi-rigid, although it is flexible, and crush resistant. Plus it's rated up to 482 degrees Fahrenheit, far beyond what any dryer ever reaches. For comparison, those thin hoses, they're only rated for 185 degrees Fahrenheit. They tear easy, they resist airflow, and can cause a fire hazard. You know, I actually wondered just how hot my dryer gets, or other dryers, so I tested mine. So I took a thermometer probe and I stuck it inside the lint trap, turned the dryer on high heat, and ran it for about 20 minutes. And surprisingly, it peaked at 183 degrees Fahrenheit. Now when I stuck it in the heating element, it did reach 274 degrees Fahrenheit, so it does get hot. Then I did a lint burn test. So with the flame, lint ignited instantly. But under a heat gun, which gets hotter than any dryer, it never did catch fire, although it did start getting very charred. So it wasn't really the heat that causes the fire. But when you get all that lint around the motor and electrical wires, and especially the heating element, this is where problems can start and where you do have the danger of a fire starting. So to keep your dryer safe and efficient, number one, always clean the lint trap after every load. It's very important. Not only will it help keep it safe from any type of a fire, but it'll also help your clothes dry faster. Next, do a full cleaning like we did here, either once or twice a year, depending on how often you dry clothes. If you only do a load once a week, then maybe one time a year. But if you're doing 2 or 3 loads a week and drying, it probably wouldn't hurt to do it twice a year. Next, never run your dryer when you're away, like if you leave to go to the store and you just throw the clothes in the dryer and start it, or before you go to bed and you're asleep. Because if a fire does start, that's where the danger happens. If you're there and you're awake, you can put a fire out with a fire extinguisher. But if you're gone shopping or you're asleep, that's when disaster happens. And next, always use metal or semi-rigid vent hoses. Never use the plastic or the cheap foil ones, because they are a danger. Not only that, they tear, they get holes in them, and you get that dust and lint all over the house and behind the dryer. So that's it. A clean dryer, lower bills, and no more frustration when it's time to maintain it again. If this video helped you, hit the thumbs up. It really helps support the channel. And if you haven't yet, please subscribe for more homeowner tips, tool reviews, and step-by-step DIY projects. You'll find the dryer cleaning kit, magnetic connector, and the Dryerflex hose linked below. And don't forget to check out my other videos. I'll put a link right up here in the corner, and it might be just the video you need for the project that you're working on or getting ready to work on. And don't forget to share the videos with other people, somebody who you think might need it. It really helps us out, and it helps them out, and it might save a disaster from happening. Well, thanks for watching. You take care, and God bless.